Hello there, pretty boys and girls. You know about him, you've felt him, and you've played as him. It is Dracoslayer. Now, it would be my pleasure to indulge you in a full guide about the not-so-friendly SCP-106. By the way, all the sources are from the official SPSL wiki, which is linked in the description, so if anything I say is wrong, cry. Starting off, we'll talk about some quick basic facts before moving on to the abilities of 106 and how they work like. So, SCP-106 is one of the 7 playable classes in SCP Secret Laboratory, excluding events, and is effectively at surprising targets to pick them off one by one, while also being able to quickly move around the facility super precisely. At the start of the round, SCP-106 will spawn in the viewing area of his own magnetic chamber of secrets before starting his journey of hunger and pain. 106 currently has 4 abilities, which 3 of them are keybinded, and the last one of them is a passive ability. But before we dive in, there is one thing we need to learn about, and that is Vigor. I'm calling it Vigor because it's pronounced something else, but that sounds close to a different word, so I'm gonna stick to Vigor. Vigor is like a mana-based bar that you can save up to use your abilities. The bar gets filled 3 units every second you're moving, and by tapping a player that you already touched once, you'll gain 30 Vigor. You can see the amount you have by looking at the bottom left of your screen. Now with that out of the way, let's start with capture, shall we? 106 can capture its prey by clicking on him, which means that the prey will have their stamina regeneration pause and they'll take 40 HP of damage, including that they'll also start taking passive damage no matter how far away you are from them. Each attack has a 1.25 seconds cooldown, and regardless if they have armor or not, they will be left at 19 HP if they don't have any heals from the single tap. However, keep this in mind, every player has 100 HP without using special items, and the first hit deals 40 HP, so if they have 40 HP or under before you touch them, it is a insta-kill. Still, if they're low and under 81 HP, they will always end up dying without using heals. And from the first hit, you have a 20-second timer to send into the pocket dimension before you can single tap them again. Oh yeah, right, actually, that brings us to another team, 106's pocket dimension. The pocket dimension is where the poor targets will end up after getting touched by the scary guy. It is simply a dimension with 8 different paths where 6 of these leads to a painful death and 2 of them can be used to escape. However, once someone escapes, these paths will be refreshed and 2 new exits will be chosen. Keep in mind that you'll always take damage in this dimension, and the longer you stay, the more damage you'll start to take. So escaping is based on luck, creating the tension and the fear. The items left in the pocket dimension have a timer going from 1 minute and 30 seconds up to 4 minutes before the game decides if it's gonna get deleted or sent to a player. The system uses a % chance from an in-game tier list going from low tier, ranging to mid tier and high tier. I'm not gonna name all the different items in each tier, but check out the link in the description for the official wiki if you're feeling curious about them. Now, with this information, let's say you're about to end the game, you're chasing after the last MTF before a spawn wave happens. If you capture him, he'll most likely in any scenario just use the items in the pocket dimension to heal himself before trying to leave, which could take some time. However, instead you could tap them once to demonstrate your feelings for him being there, and their body will start to rot. They'll slowly but surely take damage until the effect is finished. From there, after 20 seconds from the first hit, if he hasn't healed, you can finish him off with a single tap, making sure that he always dies instead of giving him a chance to use one of the 2 escapes that always exist. Now, let's move on to one of my favorite abilities, the Hunter's Atlas. Hunter's Atlas can be used to teleport across the map, which could be perfect for ambushes, sneak attacks, and quick getaways. To use this, you need to have at least 25% Vigor, but it doesn't cost that much to use it. So, when holding your assigned button, you get access to a map just like SCP-079's, but without any room names. However, the more Vigor you have, the further you can teleport to. The system uses 1.9% of Vigor for each in-game meter you teleport to, and it takes about 2 seconds to go underground and around 1 second to come out again. After this, you have a 5-second cooldown before it can be used again, and for a short period of time, you get a 20% speed boost after appearing. If you simply tap someone during this time, your ability will immediately be reset and you can use it again. One interesting part about this ability is the combination with elevators. Special rooms in Heavy that require elevators such as 049 room or Nuke room cannot be teleported into, but you can however teleport out from them to any area close by. The Hunter's Atlas will be disabled on Surface Zone, and while traveling in an elevator. However, if you're quick enough, you can actually teleport out of an elevator before it starts its elevator business, or when it's slowing down to open again. Although in recent updates, only a few selective elevators can actually be used for this. This may be because they could be removing the ability to use Hunter's Atlas once you stepped into an elevator. And I'm guessing they're doing this for all elevators soon, but for now, you can only fully use this on the small elevator in server room. Otherwise, it can only be used in the elevators leading to light containment zone, in the elevators going down to nuke room, in SCP-049's elevator leading down to his basement, and lastly, while going up to surface zone on elevator A. But it is disabled down in light elevators, down in nuke room elevators, down in 049's elevator, and of course, surface elevators. And for some strange reason, it is fully disabled in elevator B. Now we're continuing to a similar ability, Stalk or Stalking. Stalking is a similar ability where if you have 35% of Vigor, you can, instead of going long ranges, go underground to heal your main shield, or to be undetected from anyone no matter what. It takes 3 seconds to go under, but once you have it, you'll be moving at a quicker speed and without a trace. The speed should be enough to get you away from anything that you might be considering dangerous. And while underground, you will be drained 9% of Vigor each second while moving, and 6% Vigor while standing still. Also, try to remember that when using this ability, it's the only way to regenerate your Hume Shield. And similar to Hunter's Atlas, when you reappear, you'll have a 20% speed boost and 5-second cooldown. While underground, you won't be able to see any humans from a distance unless they are injured or low in health. Each 5 HP a human is missing will increase the range of how far your target can be spotted from. But if someone has escaped your dimension, you can see them from whatever range you have. This does not mean that you can see people through walls though. And for whatever reason, while being in stock mode, you are not affected by SCP-244, otherwise known as Grandma's Face. However, you will still die to the Alpha Warhead detonation, the bottomless pits, decontamination, and somehow you can be run over by the Chaos Car. I guess another fun fact about this is that it also can be used to cancel fall damage, as long as you have enough Vigor. Or just saving time with elevators, such as in the nuke room. Anyways, for our last ability, the passive one. SCP-106 has a passive ability to phase through the doors simply by walking into them. This is possible with any interactable door besides the evacuation shelter and the elevator doors, and SCP-079's room before it's unlocked. SCP-106 can also be heard from 7 meters away as he emits a fairly loud breathing noise. This should be everything useful about SCP-106. Hopefully you have a better understanding about him and how it works like. Just know that 106 is human as well, you know? And I think you should stop making all those scary stories about him. He's actually pretty nice sometimes.